Hello guys, this is a random video, but I was making my bed because the cleaner came today and was taking it all out. So I'm just preparing my bed. As you can see, I have here a little bit of thickness. This is a sheet, and this is polyester. Yes, so I don't like this because this is not good for the skin. But I have my that's what I have in this Airbnb. It's a house that I'm long-term renting, but it still is a Airbnb. And of course, the owner is not conscious about these things, but it's not a problem. So I have these 100% sheets, and I'm gonna show you guys that how I sleep on the floor. Okay, so I'm putting the sheets now. And this is a simple setup that you can also do. So you see, even though this is polyester, I'm sleeping on a full 100% cotton, organic cotton sheet. So at the end, that's what matters, okay? And I have also my pillow. Here I will also put like a cotton thing. And here we go. So yes, I sleep on the floor. I know I did a video on a bed and with sheets of cotton sheets, but I wanted to make a quick video so you see a real setup, because people talk about, you know, creating your own bed on the floor, and they talk about Japanese mattresses and so on. But myself, I don't have the now asking, you know, buying a Japanese mattress. You know, here in Costa Rica, it's very difficult to get stuff from outside, so you have to be very specific with the things you order. So I wanna show you guys like a really real setup that you can also do, even though you don't have like a Japanese mattress or anything like that. And you can put it up, and this is a bed where my boy, my baby sleeps. So I'm really next to him. My wife sleeps on another bedroom because she's a projector, you know. If you're in this channel, you know about human design. I'm a manifesting generator, so I have sacral energy. She's a projector. She doesn't have sacral energy. So if she sleeps next to me, she's not gonna have a restful sleep. So that's why projectors have to sleep alone. And actually, we should all sleep alone so we can be with our own energy. And you understand this by knowing human design, knowing what centers are white, what centers are in color. The centers that are in white are the ones that you absorb energy. And yes, if you're wondering why I'm so red, it's because I was playing with kids on the sun this morning, and I hit myself too much. So yeah, this is not healthy, but it happens. I was playing with kids, I had fun, so no problem. I'm putting some oil, coconut oil, and cacao oil. Also, there's like a mixture I have. Anyways, now it's gonna not go to the topic. So what are the benefits of sleeping alone? And yes, the first nights that you do it, you will feel yourself awful. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit upper the video so you guys can see me, because my head is a little bit cut. So what sleeping on the floor does is supporting the skeleton. So when you put yourself on the floor like this, you know, the body now is resting on the skeleton, right? But if I'm in a mattress, the muscles are still tense. And if you know, I have this course, the Meridian Reset, when I teach you guys how to distress the body with the different exercises. This is the large intestine for the different meridians, for the different organs. And what we're trying to do is have this no stress state, where we're peaceful, we're present, and then we can move through the day with more openness, with more presence, and create something that is good for the world, okay? So sleeping on a mattress is not gonna be good for you because your muscles are gonna be supporting the weight of your body. But if you sleep on the floor, which you see is not directly on the floor, you just have like a couple of sheets, so you have a little bit of thickness, not to harm yourself, okay? You're supporting that the weight is supported by the skeleton. So you can try this. If you go to the ground and you lay down, you will see that the muscles are gonna relax, and your skeleton is gonna do the work. And that's what we want. We want that the skeleton is doing the work and the muscles relax, because who wants to be tensed all day, all night long, right? And then wake up like, oh, I feel my back and so on. Yes. So when you start doing this, the first days are gonna be awful, okay? Maybe you even don't sleep, but you will see like your body remembers actually the natural state of sleeping, right? Of course, you were put on a family and the family was always sleeping on a bed. So what would you do? Like, you would sleep on a bed, but you wouldn't question, why am I sleeping on a bed? And that happens on a lot of levels, right? I don't talk too much about the matrix, but we are very brainwashed on so many levels. So we have to have this responsibility to question things and question, I would say question everything, and then find your answers. And in this channel, you will find a lot of answers about yourself. But your bed is just one of the things. Why do we have to make all these beds and all these mattresses when the natural state is to sleep on the floor, right? So of course you have to see if you are side sleeper, or you are, you sleep like this, or you sleep like this, right? One thing that I know from Chinese medicine wisdom is that the best part to sleep is the left side. So where the heart is, the heart needs to be next to the floor. So you would sleep like this, right? If you're a side sleeper. But personally, I cannot sleep in this position. So even if I try to sleep in this position, I don't sleep. So I always like to be in this position. So on my right. So you have to find your way. I don't think there's a right or wrong. It's just what works for you. And if you can actually sleep like this is the ideal position, right? Because there, actually the skeleton is actually supporting all the, I can't sleep like that, okay? Even though it's the best position, it's not something that I can do, right? So try it, try it. If the first night you cannot sleep that much, that's natural, right? But if you spend some days doing it, you'll see, like, then when you go to the mattress, you'll see the difference. You see, oh my God, not like my body does like this. And that's not the position that we want. We want to be open, right? And when I go to the mattress, I do like this. So then when I wake up, I have a lot of back pain and so on. And then I have to do the exercises. Yeah, the exercises from my Meridian course Reset are actually beneficial, but it's a tool. We don't want to be doing them all for years long. We want to do them for 7 years. That's actually what you should aim for. And then after 7 years, you will see that you don't need to do them anymore because your body is distressed. Of course, you will see with the time that you do the exercises of the course, that after 1 year doing them, you see that if you skip 1 day, it's okay. You can rest. But that comes with the time that you do the exercises. So what I want you to guys is to try this, do this simple setup that I showed you. You see, I have a sheet, I have a polyester, and I have another thing that is also, I think, polyester. Anyways, try to make it as healthy as possible on the material sense, because your body is all the time with these materials, right? So on the top, the most important, if you are not having other materials, is have a 100% cotton sheet. And also, if you have a pillow, have a 100% cotton pillow for your head and for your face, okay? And that's it. So try it out. Let me know in the comments how you felt, if there was, anything that you noticed, especially in the first night of doing it. What about, if you're co-sleeping with your partner? I can say that I encourage you guys to sleep alone, right? That's the best for your own energy. And let me know how it goes. Like, I've been doing this, and since I wanted to do this already for years, but it was not until I don't know when that I started doing it, and from there on I didn't want to try another bed. So I do this instead. I go on the floor, and I suggest you do the same. So let me know in the comments how it went.